Many would agree that 2020 has seen some drastic shifts in the way aesthetic medical practices conduct business. What separates the aesthetic medical industry from a wide variety of other industries is that there's a high barrier to entry due to the high cost of the capital equipment that's required in order to conduct business in this area, including lasers, IPL devices, ultrasound, radio frequency devices, and other robots, for example, for hair restoration, all cost a lot of money to initially get started. My name is Tony Valdivieso, founder and CEO of US Equipment Depot, and we're here to talk a little bit about the innovations and the new ways of conducting business post-coronavirus, especially towards the latter half of 2020 and beyond. What we're seeing here is we're seeing a migration of certain practices exiting the aesthetic medical industry due to decreased volume in some areas. In other areas, we're seeing a high initial demand for new procedures being conducted and patients shifting from one practice to others as practices are beginning to close and reopen and grow. What we're looking to do in this aesthetic medical space is to disrupt the current paradigm of buying new equipment and taking good serviceable equipment that currently exists in some practices, buying that equipment from those practices that are no longer going to be servicing in that, providing services in that area, and reselling that good equipment that still has a long life on it and reselling it to other practices that are looking to grow. What that does is, number one, it gives an exit strategy for those practices who are no longer interested in operating in this space, and it gives them fair compensation for the devices that they currently own, which understandably have depreciated over the course of the time that they've owned it. The majority of depreciation occurs within the first 1 to 2 years of ownership. What this also does is it creates a buying opportunity for other practices who are looking into entering into this space. But this is a new area for us because we are currently in a pandemic and we don't have a long-term understanding of how the migration patterns of and demand patterns of aesthetic medicine is going to play out long-term for providers who are looking into entering into this space. What's volume of aesthetic medicine going to look like in the next 2 to 3 years? We don't really have a crystal ball here, but what we do know is that we can control the areas that we have capacity to have control over. For example, when you purchase new equipment, you don't want to purchase new necessarily. In some instances you may, but in other instances, it may benefit you to capture a lower cost of goods in order to enter into this space. My name is Tony Valdivieso. Let us know how US Equipment Depot can help you either scale down your business by purchasing your equipment or help grow your business by offering you low-cost, good equipment in serviceable condition for you and your practice. Thank you so much.